You're listening to Turi Writer's She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, and Marcy Persky is actually live in the studio today. That's right, she's visiting Chicago, and things are already starting to go wrong. Also, 2 truly icky things. If you have a low nausea threshold, you might want to skip this installment. Well, Marcy Persky is finally here in the studio with me.
Ta-da!
So jazzed. It's been, 2 years we've been doing this?
Yeah, I think a little bit more.
But I'm going to take a picture of us here in the studio before too long. I don't know what I did with my phone. I could take a picture with your phone. I don't know what I did with my phone.
My phone's downstairs.
Yeah, both of our phones are. Now you're about to find out the one inconvenient thing about the studio here. It is on the 3rd floor, a walk-up 3rd floor. So if I'm running late, then it's 3.5 floors because you have to run up the porch steps and then 3 more flights of stairs. And I remember saying to my doctor when she was asking how my overall health was, and I said, well, when I run up 3.5 flights of stairs, I seem to be a little winded. And she looked at me and she said, well, most people would be.
Yeah. I was going to say we could text Frankie to bring our phones up, but not.
Oh, yeah. All right. We can't text. I lose my phone about 15 times a day. And in what my aunt of blessed memory would have called smart, dumb, I disconnected the landline here. Saves the boodle a loot. But what I really used the landline for was calling my cell phone when I couldn't find it. So now I frequently have to send messages saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear your call. I'm sorry, I didn't know that you. I'm so sorry that I had no idea at all that there was a world because my phone was 3.5 flights away."
You know, my Frankie gets really exasperated when I ask him first thing when he gets home from work, "Will you call my phone?"
That bothers him?
Yeah, it annoys him.
It's one of the few things that does not seem to bother the spousal unit. He seems to feel like when I said I do, I meant, even though there weren't cell phones then, when I said I do, I meant, yes, I will call your phone 62 times a day if you ask me to.
Yeah, see, my middle name is Marcy. I lost my phone Persky.
Oh, yeah.
It's...
And this is also the difference between people who are industrious and people who are, I don't want to call them lazy.
Slackers.
Maybe efficient would be a better word.
Efficiently challenged.
Yeah, I've never once seen the spousal unit put something on the stairs and think, I'm putting this on the stairs to remind myself to take it up. He just goes, oh, something has to go upstairs. I'll just take it upstairs. I would never do that.
You leave it and trip over it?
There are 2 ways of dealing. For the things that go up, there's the pile. And for the things that go down, there's throwing it over the balcony.
And there's always a log cabin with no stairs.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
But I just spent a lot of time thinking, how much noise will this make when it goes down 2 flights of stairs? You know how they say that people with limited vision can sort of tell how big a space they're in by the acoustics? And yeah, in my case, I pretty much know the bang volume of anything that I need to throw over the balcony.
Do you yell incoming or anything like that?
Sometimes,
so you don't hit anybody?
Sometimes, yes. Frequently.
So now that we're sitting across from each other, I'll show you my face.
Oh, my God.
Now I can take off my glasses.
You look like you had some kind of rhinoplasty, like a big nasal surgery on the front of your face. What happened?
I kind of did.
Oh, dear. But you didn't pay for it, did you?
No, I didn't pay a cent. Actually, I'm going to pay for it for the next year of Frankie laughing at me.
So what did it?
Well, we're staying with his mom at like this senior living place.
And I just have to interject here. You qualify for that. Frankie doesn't. Does he have to get a note from his mother to stay there for the night?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's pinned to his collar.
Like a mitten clip.
Yeah. So it's senior living, and there's a lot of glass and water and stuff, you know. And the whole front of this building is glass with a glass door. Stop laughing at me. I'm still like I have a headache
I'm
from
laughing
this.
very quietly.
And he was sitting out by the pond waiting for me to come out so we could drive to your house. And seriously, I don't know what happened, but I had a moment. And I walked right into the glass next to the door. Not the door. Like face first into the glass. And
You realize this is on so many levels causing problems. First of all, every battered woman in America, when you ask how come she looks like that, she says, "Oh, I just walked into a door." And now you're wrecking
I
that
walked into the glass.
because you really did walk. I mean, it used to be the doctors and domestic violence counselors would know that I'd walked into a door is code for my husband beats the living crap out of me.
Frankie said, "How did your nose hit the door before one of your hands? Because don't you use a hand to open a door?" And I'm just like, I had a blackout. I don't know. But I did get quite the bloody nose. And now I have this big lump right
I
here.
want to know how come your chest didn't hit the door before.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
I do have an idea, though.
Yeah.
You know how people put those stickers of owls or hawks on their big plate glass doors to keep wildlife from flying into?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, all we need is a silhouette of you, just a silhouette of you as a sticker, and that will keep all the people who walk through. And I'm sure you cannot be the first person who has ever walked into their glass doors.
Oh my
That
gosh.
cannot be. So I think we need to make these stickers up. And then I have another thing. You need to get a walker now. Get a walker. Then the walker goes in front of you.
I can't use my right hand to hold the walker.
Well, we'll
I'm
get
just
one of those
broken all
rolly
over.
ones. Those rolly walkers.
For a minute, I thought that literally I knocked my head like off my neck.
Oh, God.
Because that's I have such a bad neck ache now. I have to stop thinking so much. That's what it is. I'm always thinking and not watching.
Did you leave your little gummies at home?
Actually, I made sure that nobody flew with gummies.
Oh, good. Did you frisk all your kids and everybody? You told everybody?
I just told them that they could spend life in prison because it's a federal crime.
Yes,
and
you
then I did not
can.
have to frisk anybody. They were all like, "Woo."
Well, you lived.
It was pretty stunning.
Literally and figuratively stunning.
Yeah, it was like, I'm looking around, did I get blood on my shirt?
Nope.
No, but I did get toothpaste on my shirt right here.
It's so
No,
embarrassing when you realize after you've been out all day that your
There's
meal or your
There's
toothpaste.
toothpaste on my shirt right here. There, now it's gone. That's what Frankie's supposed to tell me.
Do you remember when you were in high school and the standard catty, nasty little flippy response that really wasn't very clever was, "Well, lick it off."
Yeah, well, that's what
All
I
of a
just did.
sudden, that's apropos.
Yes, I did just lick it off.
Oh my gosh, this is the thing I saw today. I've seen two completely revolting things in 2 days. First of all, yesterday at the pool, I only thought guys had no sense of how nauseous you would make somebody by your behavior, your personal grooming
no.
behavior. There was literally a woman trimming her corns in the
Oh,
I mean, maybe she was trimming her she was trimming something off her feet with a clipping thing.
oh, that's nasty.
And she was this sweet looking little, and I always, for some reason, feel like ladies with white hair and good haircuts must be classier than I am.
Not if she's doing that.
Apparently not. Maybe they threw her out of Kenilworth, which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is the pretty hoity-toity suburb of Chicago.
Where's her chambermaid?
Yeah.
Maybe
So,
it was the chambermaid's week off.
is the chambermaid supposed to trim your corns?
I think so.
I didn't know.
I'll have to look that up.
I
in
don't think
one of my
that's their
British
job.
history.
I have no idea.
I think it has something to do with bathroomation. But
Is
I'm
it?
not really sure.
I thought that was a
Well-
chamber pot.
Well, somebody's got to empty your chamber pot. That would be your
Chambermaid?
chambermaid. Yeah.
Huh. Do you remember the old TV commercial for that cheap ass wine that people would drink at parties, Inglenook?
Yeah.
Where is your
Yeah,
Inglenook? It has the same rhythm
Yes.
as Where is your chambermaid? And now I'm going to be stuck with the Inglenook jingle in my head.
Your chamber pot.
Where is your Where is your chamber pot? And then the other, you haven't just so Tori, what's the other really
Oh, yeah.
disgusting?
What's the other?
I did run into Trader Joe's today. Trader Joe's, again, land of the upscale yuppie shopping experience.
I've been there once.
And they're usually a lot of really well-behaved kids, the kind of kids, who are forced to say please and thank you until they run away and become fentanyl addicts.
Yeah.
So there was some kid. I mean, maybe there's a physiological mental health explanation for this, but the mother is busily shopping with the shopping cart, and the kid is obviously very happy to have been given permission to buy, at least I hope to any deity that exists that they are buying, a box of cookies, because he was licking the box of cookies. I mean the outside of the box. Happily just licking this box of cookies. And I'm thinking, I wanted to say something to the mother saying, I really hope you're going to buy that.
No, she's going to put it back and
Your
get a clean
kid
one.
has just licked the entire, like a cat with a kitten. This kid was just like, and I ran to a different aisle. I was so disgusted.
Was the box like depicting very realistic cookies that he thought maybe he could taste?
I think it had one of those little windows. I think he could see the cookies through the window
Maybe
of the
Mom
box.
gave him some edibles before they went to the store.
The other thing I thought, that's 2 truly disgusting things in 2 days. And if I believed that things came in 3s, I would start carrying an air sickness bag around right now.
I'm like, my whole thing all week has been remembering the Midwest compared to living in the Southwest at 7,000 feet. The first thing was getting off the plane and getting hit in the face with humidity. Like my hair immediately went boing, 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 boing. And I looked like little orphan Annie. Then we saw our first car with rust on it. Totally forget about rust in 15 years. But the most amazing thing of all,
Yes.
I was sitting down on your front porch.
Yeah.
I saw an Amazon truck pull up to someone's house and drop off packages. And I was like, say what?
They come to your house here.
I pay a bunch of money for Amazon Prime, and that means that we get our packages in a week in the mailbox usually, or underneath the mailbox, or we just get a note saying, please drive 15 miles to go pick up your package.
Well, there is one good thing about that. Nobody steals your stuff where you live.
Well, no, because nobody lives there.
That's
Maybe
right.
cows.
So if they do actually, unless someone's delivering alfalfa to you, if they put it there,
And now, see, we have that problem.
it'll still be there when
Yeah.
when you get home, and that there you go. You can everything has every dark cloud.
The youngest child just sent me a picture of the brand new bale of Bermuda grass that
For
we
the
bought.
goats.
Yeah, and Frankie didn't take it in back because he's overworked and underpaid.
Yeah,
I don't pay him for anything. But
right. Well, he's got to ferry your cell phone around my house now for
that's
the next
right.
2 days.
He's busy looking for my phone.
Of course.
But yeah, we plopped down the giant bale of Bermuda grass, and there's nothing left. Our friendly cows came and just helped themselves. So I did.
This is your. I do not feel sorry for you.
This
You
is
have
like
done
100
this to
pounds.
yourself.
No, cows are very gentle,
That's
sweet
like
animals.
me trying to complain about why am I fat. I know why I'm fat. I
not
mean, here's the
fat.
difference. Yeah, I am. But here's the thing. Like, I know why. I know why. Like, when my husband goes to a convention and comes back with like a big gift basket with a box of shortbread cookies, and normal people eat a cookie, and I leave a
You eat
cookie.
all the cookies.
It's like the penny jar at the register. See a penny, take a penny. I'm like, see a cookie, eat all the cookies, leave a cookie.
For one.
For one
Free 'em.
cookie. Here you go. In case you wanted to know what your gift basket
I
tasted
don't-
like.
I
Here's the
don't-
one I left for you.
I don't have all the cows. I only have like 8 of them.
Keep it up.
Did I tell you?
Keep it up.
We figured out where they came from.
You did.
And they're all having babies now, too,
The
by
jerky factory.
the way. Well, the jerky store, yeah. They belong to the jerky store guy, which is right next to where I go to get my hair cut.
Have you let him know yet that you have his cows?
No, don't tell him. I love the baby cows.
Well, isn't he going to go looking?
He hasn't yet. I have a feeling he has a whole lot of cows, and he hasn't figured out that this little group of 8 has moved on down the road.
Well, you can't do anything to them. What are you supposed to, as a gesture of
Pet them.
Western neighborliness, you're supposed to call and say, you come get your cows?
I don't know his number.
You know the number of the jerky store.
Yeah, next time I get my hair cut, I'll stop on by and say,
my.
hey, beef jerky and little veal jerky are sleeping under the tree next to my bedroom.
Thing is
No,
veal jerky? There's.
I don't know.
Oh no. That's a good question. Assuming you've come this far because you enjoy the podcast, may we recommend my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air. It's available at your neighborhood bookstore or on Amazon. And if you're feeling especially generous, please leave the podcast a good review. Thanks.